Hi everybody, I'm Maudie. Welcome back to Seeing Happy. Today we are back with our Hunchback trading cards. So this is from the 1996 movie. These are the original trading cards that were available, and I've got an entire store box here. This was sealed, and we're gonna go through them basically all together. Every pack here has 11 cards, including a puzzle, a finger puppet, a pop-out, build a tower, and then some extra stuff, which is super cool. These are really interactive and fun, although I have to say my favorite are probably just the artwork cards, but I think they made these super fun. We've already opened a few. We're going to open a couple more. I did go ahead and start putting the ones that I've opened in order numerically. And the last one we've got here is card number 82. So that gives us a little bit of info on how many cards to expect. And then we've got all of our special cards. So today we're going to open, I think, 2 packs of these cards and see what we get. I know it's going to take us a while to get through them, but I just, not that fast. Oh, and I did paint my nails for the occasion, so I tried to do them in little Hunchback colors. Gosh, I can never manage to get them to dry before I mess them up, so unfortunately I never get that smooth, perfect finish that I love. Okay, so every card set, I kind of want to open this one backwards because then we get all the special cards first and then the artwork cards, which I personally like. So the first is the little booklet. It does show you the different kind of cards that you can get. You're welcome to pause that if you'd like. And then we have our Jesters challenge card. So this one is a card game that you're building as you go through the cards, and you're just adding each one of these into the game. I do have 3, so this is my 4th one. Although I have now found out after researching, well, after my husband researching yesterday, that it's actually built on a separate game that they sold at the time. I'm not going to get that game, but I am going to collect probably quite a few of these cards here, so I'll have a piece of a game. Ooh, okay, so the next one we have is our puzzle card. This one, I think it turns out there were only 4 to choose from, which is crazy because I have 48 packs here that I'm going to be opening. So we actually did get this one last time. So I'm not too excited about how those repeat, although if you do watch my openings, you know I always love when, you know, every pack has like important pictures instead of like non-important pictures. So I mean, that is kind of a plus side. It just depends on how you look at it, but I personally am going to be opening a ton of cards, so it's kind of unfortunate to see that they might be a ton of repeats. But the artwork cards, hopefully we have a lot of them still to get, so we're going to have a lot of new ones there. This is card 82, and it is part of our tower that we're going to build once this is done. We have our finger puppets. Now I think this one came with maybe something like 12, and I've already got like 6 of them. So I already have Jolly and I already have Laverne. They are really cute though. And we have our little 2-piece puzzle. Well, it's not a puzzle, but you can take it apart here in the middle, and then you can flip it to get these fun characters that are like double-sided. So we do have a few of these. We're going to go ahead and add that to our collection. And now we're getting into the artwork. So our first card here is Cloppin'. He's like kind of the narrator of the story, and he's just like a really cool guy. And also I found it really cool, I think, as a kid, and again when I watched it now, that he's like the narrator and he opens the movie and closes the movie with his narration, but he's also a character, a pretty important character in the movie. And then I feel like he also just provides a lot of like almost kind of like he's narrating the story to the actual characters in the story, because when he's in the scene where they're doing the Festival of Fools, he kind of dictates how people are accepting of Quasimodo instead of being afraid of him, because of the way that he just kind of narrates it and tells them, you know, how to accept the new information that they've just gotten. And again, he's a really driving force in the, what's it called? Court of Miracles? I think it was at Court. So he's kind of a speaker in the story overall. So it's really cool that he kind of crosses those boundaries between being outside of the story and then being in the story, but kind of as the same character. Very cool. Okay, and then on the back it's got a little bit of information. It's got a little fortune, which is too cute. Your beautiful inner spirit will prevail, just like Quasimodo's. So super cute. I love, love, love how they seem to have just like packed these, like if you gave one of these trading cards as like a gift to somebody, one of these trading card packs, I feel like you're giving them like so much to look at. I love it. Okay, so we got an awesome card here. This is an important scene, which is what I always care about, and it is a really, really awesome scene. So this is at the Festival of Fools. I think sometimes they call it festival and sometimes they call it feast. Am I wrong? But either way, it's there, and it's after the crowd has turned on Quasimodo after the, what are they, like the court officials? That's not they're like soldiers. They've kind of really manipulated the crowd and turned what was lighthearted into like a really violent and malicious scene. Really, really horrible. And then I totally was just gonna call her the wrong name right now, and she's my favorite. And then Esmeralda steps up and everybody goes silent, and she just always has the most amazing dialogue. She's just like a true like activist spirit in this movie. I love her, and she speaks on behalf of anybody who can't speak up for themselves, and she always does it from such a place of power. And here she's going against Frollo's wishes and breaking him free. And right before this, there was actually a really, really gorgeous scene that I hope I get a card from, because the first thing that she does when she goes up is actually just take her cloak thing that she has or whatever and wipe his face and just like apologize to him personally and kind of reassure him. And it was just such a beautiful, loving gesture, and just kind of showing, I think, you know, the power of love and acceptance, and like I feel like a woman's spirit. Really, really beautiful scene. So we'll keep an eye out and see if we get that, but this is kind of more of the powerful moment in that scene. Okay, what do we got next? Hugo. So we do have Victor and Laverne, and now we have Hugo, the three. My brain must be asleep today. I can't think of any words. The gargoyles that Quasimodo is friends with. So, as in any Disney movie, the rules on what's an animate object and what's an inanimate object is, you know, questionable. However, when I saw this movie as a kid, you know, I definitely thought that the gargoyles were alive. But then watching it as an adult, I was like, oh my gosh, are those gargoyles not alive? And it was honestly so sad because, okay, I think this movie just delves deep into like some psychological stuff. This is a heavy movie. If you've never watched it as an adult, I totally recommend it. And this was kind of one of the questions, because Quasimodo, up until the day when the movie takes place and he goes to the Festival of Fools, is in total isolation with only Frollo to keep him company and tell him how the world is, inform him on the world and inform him on himself. And those are extremely powerful things, and he really controls, you know, Quasimodo's life experience through those things. And when he walks in the first scene, Quasimodo was, you know, talking with the gargoyles, and he makes sure to reaffirm to him that they're not adamant. And as soon as he walks in, they're not. That they're not alive. And it was so sad. And I think it was much sadder as an adult. But you really got to see how he didn't allow him any comfort, real or imaginary, because he wanted... It's a very manipulative relationship, and it is just super, 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 like, adult content. It is just a really moving movie overall. Okay, and then we've got the Festival of Fools. This is a really cool card. Tons of motion. In the actual movie, this scene is really, really cool. Just kind of overwhelming, but in like a happy way. With all of that confetti. It's really, really cool. On the playback I was seeing yesterday, it was giving my screen a little bit of trouble to register all that. And I hope it's not going to do the same thing now on this card. I hope you guys can see it clearly. But really pretty. This is one of the examples where I don't have like a Frollo card yet or anything like that. But I feel like in this movie, the color themes were very apparent. And I loved this palette of colors that they used for Esmeralda and Clopin and all of the other people that were kind of in that scene. Let's look at our second pack here. And I liked opening it backwards because I'm really excited about the artwork. So let's go ahead and open this one backwards too. So we do have that same little booklet. They included that in every single one. And we do have our Jesters Challenge card with its special rules that can be added on to our game. And for our puzzle, we did get this one last time. So we've got Esmeralda bowing to the crowd. Love that one. And we've got our little coins. These are really cute for kids. Not as much for me. I did notice that they actually switch out who is on the coins. So these are the ones that I have collected. So you can see how the little silhouette figures change on each of the coins. And these are metallic. They are like gold metallic. So it is really cool. They're obviously easy to punch out and have the little holes. And they tell you on the back ideas of what you can make out of them. Oh, and the symbols on the back are different. So it is really cute and interactive for kids. I don't know, maybe I'll think of something to do with it. Leave your suggestions. Okay, and then we're on to our artwork. So I think this is a new one, this particular tower. But this is from the Build-A-Tower, so 77 will be that corner right there. And this is one of the movies where I think it's cool that they did that because all of the scenery in the movie was so beautifully thought out and created. Whoa, what? Oh. Okay. I was like, this was misprinted. I thought this was misprinted. Like there's no character. It's just the finger puppet template on both sides, but no. It's two cards stuck together. Oh, they're both Phoebus! I kind of wonder if this was supposed to be one card and they just got stuck together. But I don't have his finger puppet yet. So now I have two of them. These are super cute. I love that they did that. Again, just really fun interactive stuff. And then we've got our little half and half card. I definitely do have this one with the funny guy running sideways. And there's the little like monster side. So those can be interchanged, and they can be interchanged with, see how it's this, oops, see how it's the same cutout? So they can be like switched out with each other, even though this guy is sideways, so questionable. Okay, this one looks weird on the back. Let's see what this is. Oh, wow, okay. I thought it was gonna be like, oh, see, on the back it just happens to have like a little maze. Like, they didn't need to do that. Like, it was already a piece of artwork, you know? So I feel like they just like packed these with stuff, which is so super cool. I really love that. Okay, but this one, I don't think we have this one exactly, but this is Frollo in, every time I say that, I want to say Frodo. And then every time I think I'm saying it wrong. Okay. But it's the scene where he's actually being kind of thrown off of, he wasn't thrown off, but falls off the cathedral at the end. Very scary. Every time they had this guy, this is what I'm talking about, his color scheme was so different from the other characters because he just had his own, what's that word? I don't know what the word I'm thinking of is. Help me if you guys can think of it in the comments, but you know, like the not modern word for aesthetic. He had his own, you know, his own color scheme that he was functioning in. Every time that it was focused, that the story was focused on him, it was kind of like his own world, and like view of the world that went with it. Whereas everybody else had this color scheme right here. Minus the green. That's just I put that for Quasimodo specifically. Okay. And what do we have next? I knew it was going to be her. Was she on the back? Yeah. Don't you ever migrate. Okay, so we have another Laverne card. She is cute. I do like her as a character, but like, where are my Esmeralda cards? And even like Quasimodo. I'm getting a bunch of gargoyles. Come on. I have a lot of packs, so hopefully that doesn't stay the theme. Okay, great. So here's this guy. This is just one of the characters from the Feast of Fools. And they did all kind of start with like these masks, and they would take them off and make silly faces. But at least it's a cute card. That is a cute card. But he's just kind of not super important. Okay, this one is cool. Really nice scene. However, it's like kind of a funny way that they've placed this card. It's like I can't get it to focus. Okay, there. Because the artwork is barely in focus. Especially on the side of Esmeralda. It's really fuzzy. But I guess that's because, you know, I mean, this was older animation. And they were trying to make... I feel like the mood in the cathedral was very kind of like mystical and quiet. And it wasn't well lit. It wasn't like it wasn't like fluorescent lights, right? Like everything was candlelit. So I guess that goes with the scenery here. Okay, but this is a scene that I love. When Phoebus and Esmeralda are kind of head to head and having their little spat / introduction. And I do have a card from last time that was kind of from this scene, but I don't think it was the same. The last one we have in that pack is Laverne, our favorite. I really do like her, but like for real, I don't need that many cards of her. Okay, so look at this. Wasn't this so fun? Like you can just see all the good stuff that we opened in just 2 packs. Super, super fun. I love doing this every time that I get to come on here and open all these cards with you. Definitely keep joining us because we got a lot more that we're going to be doing. All right, thanks guys. Bye.